Welcome, curious minds and lifelong learners, to another detailed book summary video on Wisdom House. Buckle up, because in this video we're diving headfirst into Jim Murphy's epic book, Inner Excellence: Train Your Mind for Extraordinary Performance. Let's get started. We are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition, when infinite joy is offered to us. C.S. Lewis's words capture a core theme in Jim Murphy's Inner Excellence. Are you settling for less than you could be? Are you chasing external validation instead of cultivating inner strength? This book challenges us to rethink our approach to success, not just in our careers or sports, but in life itself. Inner Excellence is not just another self-help book. It's a guide to transforming your mindset for extraordinary performance and a more fulfilling life. Murphy takes us on a journey of self-discovery, blending the wisdom of ancient philosophers with the cutting-edge insights of sports psychology. He argues that true success lies not in achieving external validation, but in cultivating an inner world of love, wisdom, and courage. Okay, let's move to the detailed chapter summaries. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom House if you are finding this helpful. Chapter 1. Maslow and the Maserati: The Pursuit of More. Murphy opens with a captivating metaphor of a siren song, drawing us to consumerism and the illusion of achievement. We're seduced by quick fixes and instant gratification, losing sight of true fulfillment. He introduces the concept that real freedom comes from a life of vision, courage, peace, and joy, which is costly. Our greatest dreams are often not about material possessions, but about how those things make us feel. The true desire is to feel fully alive, with vitality, purpose, and meaning, and yet we often search for this in the wrong places. Murphy shares the story of Koyama Bunpachiro, a samurai who lost his status when the samurai rule ended, and how Bunpachiro's self-worth was tied to his role, causing his downfall. He contrasts this with Bunpachiro's son, Yoshitaka Koyama, who refocused his life on empowering others rather than on power. Reflect on what your heart truly wants beyond material possessions. Are your loves out of order? We need to transform our hearts to value experience over results, and by focusing on love, joy, and peace, all other powerful resources will come with them. Take a moment right now to identify what you love most and how your dreams may be tied to that, or what has stolen your love for that. Then reprioritize based on powerful eternal and universal concepts rather than temporal ones. Chapter 2. Where the Wild Things Are: Pride and Fear and the Center of the Universe. Murphy paints a picture of inner chaos, our minds constantly distracted, mainly by thoughts about ourselves. He says that even in great performances, our thoughts are always judging whether we have to succeed. He identifies self-centeredness as the root cause of fear. Self-centeredness creates self-consciousness, isolation, and a lack of vision. We're always interpreting our lives through a lens of past failures and painful memories, focusing on our past and how we compare to others, setting the stage for fear to thrive. Fear is the opposite of love and separates us from our true selves, whereas love connects us. The author uses a quote from David Foster Wallace's commencement speech to explain how we all see ourselves as the center of the universe, which leads to us interpreting everything through the lens of self, and how that limits us. Become aware of your self-centered tendencies and how they fuel your fears. Self-awareness is key to recognizing our limitations. Note down in a journal the times you find yourself thinking about the past or future. Practice a here and now approach and feel the present moment by using all your 5 senses. Chapter 3. The Greatest Opponents You'll Ever Face: The Critic, Monkey Mind, and the Trickster. Murphy introduces 3 inner enemies that we all face: the critic, the monkey mind, and the trickster. These are the primary reasons that even the best athletes fail in the most critical moments. The critic is the judgmental voice that delivers negative verdicts and amplifies our circumstances. The monkey mind is the endless stream of negative or unproductive thoughts that create overanalysis and anxiety. The trickster is the deceptive voice that tries to convince you of your limitations and steals your joy. He uses a quote from Shakespeare to explain that thinking makes it so. Start recognizing and naming your inner adversaries, which can help to recognize when they are trying to steal your attention. Take some time to notice when your mind is judging or comparing, when your mind is in an endless loop and when your mind is limiting your view of yourself. Chapter 4: The Daring and the Twilight, 3 Pillars of Extraordinary Performance. The story of Lewis Gordon Pugh swimming 1 kilometer in the Arctic waters is used to introduce the power of inner strength and the importance of purpose. He presents the 3 pillars of extraordinary performance: love, leading with your heart; wisdom, expanding your vision; and courage, being fully present. These pillars are necessary to transform your heart so that what it loves most is powerful and meaningful, allowing for growth in belief, focus, and freedom. Murphy shares the journal entry of Olympic speed skater Clara Hughes, who explained that what motivates her is not the medal, but the experience of striving. Develop love, wisdom, and courage to create a strong inner foundation, and let this guide your quest for greatness. Make a list of times you have felt fully engaged in the moment. What were the circumstances, and what was going through your mind? Chapter 5: Code of the Samurai, How a Group of Warriors Mastered Their Ego. The chapter explores the code of Bushido, or the code of the samurai warrior, which emphasizes honor, respect, and the acceptance of death. Murphy discusses how the samurai warriors mastered their egos through discipline, service, and a focus on their spirit. By focusing on love, wisdom, and courage, the samurai warriors could overcome the challenges they faced in life. They prepared to die each day, which allowed them to be fully present. Murphy explains how the ancient wisdom from Augustine Aurelius's quote, "We are shaped most not by what we think, not by what we do, but by what we love," is applied to everyday life. We must also be willing to die to self, letting go of the ego's need for validation to live a life of significance. The single greatest failure of society is not teaching people how to be truly loving individuals. Take time to do some self-examination. Look at what you do and what you love. Where can you add more love to your life? Chapter 6: Change Your State, Change Your Life. How to Control Your Emotions. Murphy introduces the concept of state, and how, if you can control your state, you can control your emotions and ultimately your life. He explains that results come from actions, actions come from feelings, and feelings come from thoughts. He provides strategies to manage our thoughts to control our emotions and introduces the concept of the juicy lemon drop to illustrate the power of our imagination on the way we experience life. The author explains how he learned, through conversations with various top-level athletes, that the root of great performance starts by learning to manage the mind. Take control of your thoughts to manage your feelings, and learn to redirect your thoughts to empower yourself. The greatest freedom you have is where to place your thoughts. Be mindful of your self-talk. Are you talking positively and building yourself up, or are you focusing on negativity and limitations? Then use the provided techniques to change negative thinking into positive. Chapter 7: The World is Flat. How to Develop Beliefs in Line with Your Dreams. The inspiring story of Muggsy Bogues, an undersized NBA star who grew up in poverty, highlights the power of self-belief. The world we live in is based on our beliefs, which is based on a combination of our memories and interpretations. Our beliefs are based on how we perceive ourselves and the world. We must align our beliefs with our dreams if we want to achieve extraordinary goals. Murphy uses the idea of optical illusions to explain how our brain makes assumptions based on prior beliefs and what we have seen before. Understand that your mind is creating your reality. Develop a belief in your potential and align those beliefs with what you want to achieve. Create a list of your most deeply held beliefs. Are they empowering? Then reevaluate based on what you want for yourself and who you want to become. Chapter 8: A Clear and Present Beauty, the 5 most powerful ways to be fully present. We learn about Guglielmo Marconi, who sent a message across the Atlantic by tapping into existing radio waves. Just like radio waves, beauty, presence, and confidence are always available. We just need to learn to connect with them. The author introduces the 5 powerful ways to be fully present. Get out of your head and into your heart and soul. Focus on your routines, be grateful. Focus on a mantra, and ruthlessly eliminate hurry. He contrasts his experiences of being in the Olympics as a coach with a moment of deep peace with a friend to illustrate the difference between fleeting happiness and lasting joy. Practice the power of presence to unlock beauty, creativity, and a deep connection to life. Practice observing yourself in the moment. What do you see, hear, and feel? Then intentionally practice gratitude for even the most mundane thing. Chapter 9. Unstoppable: How to Overcome Mental Blocks, Fears, and Phobias. The story of MLB player Steve Sax and his throwing struggles shows how our minds can work against us, even at high levels of performance. This chapter explores how mental blocks and phobias are created. We learn about our subconscious mind, as well as the importance of rewiring the pathways that cause mental blocks, fears, and phobias. Murphy shares the story of how his client, Steve Sax, overcame his yips by understanding how his mind was working against him and learning new coping strategies. Mental blocks, fears, and phobias can be cured by changing the way your subconscious is processing information. Use the provided tools and strategies to rewrite negative or limiting beliefs in your life. Chapter 10. The Hero and the Goat: How to Have Poise Under Pressure. We revisit the story of Captain Sully Sullenberger's landing on the Hudson River to highlight what's possible with true poise under pressure. Here, the author defines poise as having a clear mind and unburdened heart. The main goal is to master self-control through leading with your heart, expanding your vision, and being fully present in the moment. Murphy tells the story of Olympic speed skater Clara Hughes, who learned how to love competition and how to live more fully. Stop focusing on the outcome and start focusing on what truly matters, which is your inner state of joy, peace, and the ability to love your opponent. Focus on what you want to share with the world instead of focusing on what you can get out of it. Chapter 11. Maslow, Michael Jordan, and the Navy SEALs: 3 Hallmarks of Extraordinary Leaders. We learn that the best leaders create cultures of selflessness and empower those they lead. The author discusses the 3 hallmarks of extraordinary leaders: redefining success, connecting individuals with a vision beyond themselves, and seeking self-mastery and helping others do the same. Murphy tells the story of John Wooden and his definition of success. Focus on developing others, empowering them to grow and achieve great things, and prioritize their purpose. Identify your team's purpose, vision, and values. Does your work support their growth, or are there barriers to their development? Chapter 12. Conclusion: A New Way of Life. Murphy reflects on the journey of seeking inner excellence, reminding us how we have been programmed by Western culture. He challenges us to use the tools from the book and break those limitations. He emphasizes that living with fullness of life is a choice. We need to transform our hearts and value experiences more than results by living by love, wisdom, and courage. We're encouraged to let go of self-centeredness, to live fully. Use the tools and insights from the book to create a life of freedom, connection, and deep fulfillment. This is not just about peak performance. It's about a new way of life. Reread this book again when you're ready to further your own understanding. Then choose one new thing to implement into your life and focus on it. Now let's look at the core concepts of the book before we close this video. The core struggle. The battle for inner excellence is against self-centeredness and the ego. Our natural tendencies lead to comparison, fear, and limitation, and it's through love, wisdom, and courage that we create an authentic life. The path to transformation. The journey requires us to shift our focus from external validation to inner growth, to prioritize selflessness, and to learn how to see our opponents as partners in our dance toward greatness. The power of belief. Beliefs create your reality. By changing your beliefs, you can change your life. By connecting your beliefs to your true self and purpose, you can create your best future. Practical tools. You're equipped with actionable tools, routines, breathwork, visualizations, mantras, and the ability to challenge the negative thoughts that plague us all. Thank you for joining us at Wisdom House. This book is not just about high performance, it's about a complete life transformation. Inner excellence asks you to choose between a life of constant chasing and a life of deep purpose, passion, and inner peace. If you're looking to move beyond superficial success and towards a life of true fulfillment, you must become your true self and live a life worth living. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video. That's a wrap on our deep dive into inner excellence. I hope this was helpful and insightful. Now is the time to dive in and read the book for yourself. As always, explore these ideas, apply them to your life, and you will discover the remarkable things you can create.
Thank you for joining us at Wisdom House, where we bring you timeless insights from the greatest books. If you found this deep dive valuable, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom House. Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video.